This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I hope all of you have joined. And in the last class, we were discussing about the fundamental accounting concepts. And in the end, we discussed how to install Tallyprime. So, did all of you install the software? Did anyone find any difficulties downloading the software? You can let me know. I will once again show you the procedure on how to download it.
Good morning, sir. So you told you'll tell us for the Mac as well.
Yes. So for all the non-Windows users, like if anyone is using Mac OS or Linux OS, in the end of the session, I will be showing you how to install the Tally Prime in your Mac. Okay, is it fine? Okay. So for all the Windows user, did you guys install the software? If not, please let me know if you guys are having any issues downloading it. Okay, so Pujita wants me to show it once again. Okay, so I will show you the procedures on how to download the software once again. Okay, so please make a note of it. Okay, so can you see the screen? Okay, fine. So now what I'll do is I will open my Google Chrome or any other web browser and I will search for Tally Solutions. Okay, and the first result that I get here, I have an option to download. So I will click on this download hyperlink. Okay, and here I have I have the option to download. So I'll be downloading Tally Prime version 4. So this is the latest version that we will be using. So here I'll click on this download button and it will start to download the software. You can see here on the top right, it's downloading. So after downloading, you will you will get an exe file. So this exe file, you have to click on this. This is setup.exe. You need to just click on this and you need to install the software. So the moment I click on it, so first it is going to ask me for some system permissions, which I will allow. I'll say yes. So because I've already installed the software in my laptop, I'm getting this kind of a screen. But if you're installing it for the first time, you will not be getting this screen. Instead of this, you will be having a screen like this. Okay, so this is how you will get a screen, and here you just have to click on install. And the moment you click on install, the software will start to install. And after the software is installed, it will be located in your desktop. So here you can see that it will be located here. Okay, you just have to click on the install options that you get there. Okay, is it fine? Okay. So now, after installing the software, you need to open that. So now we will be seeing how to create a company in Tally. Okay. And before that, uh, see, if you want to use this software, okay, so Tally Prime actually it is not a free software, it is a paid software. So just like how you have other paid applications where you need to purchase a license in order to use the software, similarly here in order to use Tally Prime you need to have a valid license, so you need to purchase a valid license. Okay, so there are two kinds of licenses that you can purchase, so please make a note of it. Okay, so can you see the screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here you have two types of license. So the first one is silver, which is going to cost you rupees 18,000 plus GST, and the second one is gold edition, which is going to cost you 54,000 plus GST. So what is the difference between this silver and gold? Okay, so now if you purchase a silver license, okay, so the silver license is for single user. When I say single user, it means that if you purchase that license, silver edition license, and you install that license into one of your systems, either a PC or a laptop, you can use it only in that system. Okay, you can use the software only in that system. You cannot use it in any other systems. So that is what we mean by single user, and silver edition provides you that single user feature, whereas gold is multi-user. That means if you have this gold edition license, you can use the same license in multiple devices or in your multiple laptops or multiple PCs. Okay, so this is the difference between silver and gold. So any doubts in the license? No doubts? You guys can react with a thumbs up if you have a doubt and a thumbs down if you don't have a doubt. Okay. Fine. So you need to visit the official Tally website in order to make the purchase. Okay. But now, as of now, we will not be purchasing any license. So even without purchasing the license, you can still use Tally, but you can use it in educational mode. So we will be using Tally in educational mode now. Okay, so now uh, there are a few slides which, wait, let me check. So these are all the introduction part for Tally Prime which we discussed yesterday. So as all of you know that Tally is an ERP software. Okay, it is an ERP software which is used for accounting purpose, accounting and inventory management purpose. Okay, any doubts? Okay, fine. So let us start by creating a first company. So now let me open the software. Okay. So the moment I open Tally Prime, so this is the first screen which I'll get in wherein I need to provide my license details if I have one. So you can see that I have four options here. So first one is continue in education mode, use license from network, reactivate existing license, and the last one is activate new license. So these three options, activate new license, reactivate existing license, use license from network, these license can be used only when you have a valid license. So only then these options are uh, valid. Otherwise we cannot use these options. So as of now we will be continuing in educational mode. So I need to click on this continue in educational mode. Okay, so now the moment I click on this, 1 minute. Okay, so the moment I click on continue in educational mode, you guys will get a screen like this wherein you need to select a company or create a company. So now if you guys are doing using Tally software for the first time, obviously you wouldn't have created any companies, so there will be no companies listed here. So what we need to do is we need to come up where we have an option create company. So can you guys see this? That can you please come again, sir? Okay, so let me someone wants me to do this once again, so let me close the software and I will do it once again. Yeah, so after installing the software will be placed in your desktop. So in your desktop, you can see that the software will be placed here after you finish installing it. I will click on it in order to open the software. Okay. So now, as soon as I open the software, this is the first screen which is going to appear. So here I have four options. So the first one is continue in educational mode, use license from network, reactivate existing license, and activate new license. So as I was telling you previously that we have two types of licenses, silver and gold. So in case if you have purchased any of these license, then you will be using these options here: activate new license, reactivate existing license, use license from network. So these three options are used only when you have a valid license. As of now we are not using a license, so but I am getting an application startup option. Okay, so Simran, uh, you say that you're getting a startup application startup option. Okay, so click on it. Click on the startup option. Okay, what does it say now, Simran? You got it? Is it installed now? Fine. So after you install it, you will have that in your desktop. So you'll have your four options. So I'll be clicking on continue in education mode. See, the moment I clicked on it, a screen appeared here. But for you guys, this is not how it's going to come. So I will tell you how it's going to come for you guys. So the moment you click on continue in educational mode, this is the screen which is going to appear. So now here I need to navigate to the top where I have an option create company. So this option is used to create a company. Fine. So now I'll press enter, and this is my company creation screen. So can all of you see the company creation screen? Yeah. So now let us create our first company. Okay. So now the first option that you can see here is the company data path. So in order, so we whatever transactions that we pass or whatever tasks that we do in this software needs to be stored. So where is it going to be stored is what the location is mentioned on the top. So this particular company's data will be stored in C drive. So this is in my system. So in my system, it is going to be stored in C drive. So when you are doing it, if it shows any other drive like D drive, C drive, let it be as it is. Okay, don't make any changes over there. So let it be the default location. Okay, so that is your company data path. That is the place where our company's data will be stored. Okay, so below that we have company name. So this is the field where we will be providing the company name. So you guys can give a name of your choice, whatever name you want. So now let me give this as NCC Prime. Okay, so I'm just giving a random company name. Okay, so next you have here something called as mailing name. So by default, whatever company name I had given, the same is being added in my mailing name as well. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between the company name and the mailing name? Class, can anyone? Okay, guys, do you know the difference between a company name and the mailing name? Have you heard of this concept of a parent company? Okay, fine. So, yeah. So all of you are aware of this company called as Misho, right? So we have a online shopping e-commerce website, e-commerce company called as Misho. So see, the company name is Misho. That is what we are all familiar with. But this company is actually owned by another private limited company called as Fashioneer Technologies. Okay, so that is the parent organization of the company. So in this case, if my company has a parent organization, so in that case the mailing name will be the name of my parent company. Okay, any doubts? You want me to repeat it once again? Class, fine. Okay, so after this, so because this is a dummy company that we are creating, so I will keep the company name and mailing name both the same. Okay, then you have the address, so you can provide the full address or you can just not provide, give a short address as well. So as of now, this just because this is a dummy company, I'll just mention Jayanagar and I'll say Bengaluru. Okay, and below that you have the state wherein you need to select the state. So I'll be selecting Karnataka. Okay, and next you have all the basic informations like the pin code, telephone number, mobile number, fax address, your email address, and if your company has a website, you need to give the URL of your website as well. Okay, so these are all the basic informations that you can fill. So as of now, this is a dummy company, so I'll not be providing with all these details. Okay, and here we have an option for the financial year. So I believe that all of you are aware of the financial year. So the financial year starts from, can anyone tell me the financial year in accounting?
1st April
Okay, 1st April of the current year to
next year's 31st March.
Yes, very good. So that is the financial year. So the financial year will be 1st of April of the current year to 31st March of the next year. Okay, so here the financial year beginning from says 1st of April 2023. So we still are using this one only, right? We are still in the financial year 23-24. Okay, so let this be 1st April 23. Okay. Next, below that we have books beginning from. Now, what do you mean by this books beginning from? See, this date is to mention when your company was started, or when you actually started to maintain the books of accounts. So that is the date which you have to mention here. So our the financial year starts from 1st of April only, but that doesn't mean that even our company will start from 1st April only. So this date must be the date on which the company was started, or on the or on the date which you started to maintain the books of account. Okay, so this will be the books beginning from date. So because this is a dummy company, I will keep it as 1st April 23 as well. So fine, do you guys have any doubts in any of the options here? No doubts. Fine. So below that, okay, so below that we have the currency which we will be dealing with. So by default, we chose India as our country, right? So by default, it is going to set the currency as rupees. Okay. Any doubts? Okay. Before that, make a note of this. So right now we are using Tallyprime in educational mode. Okay, so we are not using any license here. So when we are using it in educational mode, I will be only able to use three dates, that is 1st, 2nd and 31st. Okay, Tally will allow me to record the transaction only in these three dates, 1st, 2nd and 31st. So I'll not be able to use any of the other dates like 2nd, 3rd, 4th or so on. Okay, so that can be used only in a licensed version. Fine. Okay, so now let me create the company. So as soon as I fill in all the required details, I will have a message which says, do you want to accept? So if I want to accept it, I'll press enter. If I don't want to accept it, I'll press escape button. So as of now, I'll press enter to accept the screen. Okay. And as soon as I finish creating my company, I will get the company's features screen. This is called as company's features screen. Okay, just like how all the other applications or softwares has a settings field, right? So this is similar to that, wherein you will disable or enable some of the options. So these are all the features that are there in my company which uh, are activated, and some of them are not activated. So you can have a look at this. So what I'll do is, as of now, I will not change any of the features here. I will only make one change. Here I have an option enable GST. Okay, so it is actually enabled now. It says yes. I'll make it as no. I'm disabling this option because as of now we will not be discussing with GST. So GST is we will be discussing GST in later classes. So as of now, keep this as no. Okay, and then you can accept the screen. Okay, fine. So did you guys are you guys actually following up with me, or are you guys making a note of it, or what are you guys exactly doing now?
We are also
Excuse me,
doing it,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so for those of you who are following me, did you successfully create the company? Did you uh, get the screen here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so those
Excuse
of
me,
you
sir.
who are Yes.
Sir, I've already accepted. I was not able to disable the GST. It got accepted by them.
Okay, okay, no problem. So if you have
Oh,
accepted the feature screen, just press
ye-
F11. You will have a F11 button in your keyboard, right? Press that. You will
yes,
get
sir.
your company's feature screen. Did you get it?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay, so what is exactly in your in front of your screen now?
The screen after this, the name of the
Okay, this is
company.
what it's showing you.
Yes, yes, sir.
Now press F11. Did you
No,
get the
sir,
company?
nothing.
Okay, you are you using a laptop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold the function key and press F11.
Now it appeared, sir.
Okay, now it has come.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can uh, wait. Now you can come here and disable this option. Okay, just you have to type no there in that field. You have to type no and just press enter
Yes, sir.
and then accept the screen. Okay, so
Thank you, sir.
uh, yeah. Sir, but we got only three options, that is accounting, taxation, and inventory, but you have so many. Okay, so Tanzimul Hiba, you have a doubt, right? So you are saying that you have only accounting, taxation, and inventory. Okay, see, in that case, so again I will open my features screen. So here, okay, so this is what you are getting, right? So if you guys are having the features screen like this, so you have to just come up, navigate up. So here you have an option show more features and you have to make this as yes. Okay, so then you will get all the features like this. So did you get it, Tanzimul Iba? Yeah, okay, fine. So this was your company features screen. So after successfully creating your company, this is the first screen, or this is called as the home page. Okay, so this is the home page of your software and this is called as gateway of Tally. Okay, so this is gateway of Tally. You can see here it's mentioned here gateway of Tally. So this is the first screen that will appear after successfully creating the company. Okay, so those of you who are making a note of it, just mention all the steps of whatever we discussed, and you guys can practice that later. Okay, and those of you who are following me, you can just follow whatever I do here. Okay, and if you guys find any doubts or if you guys are not able to find any of the options, you can let me know. Fine. And for people who are using a Mac, right, so only the installation process is different, but after this whatever we just discussed now, everything is going to be the same, from creating the company, from toggling around your company's feature screen, everything will be the same, only the installation process will be different. Okay, fine. So now in in our previous class, we discussed a few journal entries, right? We passed a few journal entries. So if you guys can just take it out, or if you guys had made a note of it, so what we'll do is now we will record those same transactions in Tally. So we will see how to do that. Okay, so before that, there are a few important components which you guys must know. So I'll be sharing the PPT now. So can you guys see the screen here? Okay. So in order to record the transactions, we need to have three important components. We need to have three important components. So those three important components are groups, ledgers, and vouchers. Okay, so we have groups, ledgers, and vouchers. So these three are the three important components which we must have in order to record our transactions. So first we will be discussing about ledger. So what do you mean by ledgers? So ledgers are the accounting heads. Okay, these are the accounting heads which we use in order to pass the journal entries. So when we say purchase account debit to Ravi Traders account, so this purchase account, so this is a ledger. Okay, Ravi Traders, so that is what, that is also a ledger. So that is what we mean by ledger. Okay, and it says here accounts which are created to pass necessary transactions. Okay, so there are two predefined ledgers in Tally. Okay, so Tally has already created two ledgers for us, which are cash account and profit and loss account. So I want you guys to make a note of it. Okay, so make a note of this predefined ledgers. Only this part, not the entire slide, only this part, predefined ledgers. Okay, only make a note of it. So remember this, that there are two predefined ledgers. Okay, fine. So next we will look at groups. So groups are collection of similar ledgers. Okay, so these groups are like a collection in which you will have a similar ledgers of the same nature. Okay, so in order to group our ledgers into its original or into its similar nature, we will have to use this groups option. Okay, so again here we have 28 predefined groups in Tally. So Tally has created 28 groups for us in order to use. Okay, so make a note of this groups as well. Done. Fine. After creating the ledger and adding it to its similar group, we need to record the transaction. So in order to record the transaction, we will be using vouchers. So vouchers are used to record the transactions. Okay, so this is the place where we'll be recording all our accounting transactions. So there are 24 predefined vouchers in Tally. So in Tally again there are 24 vouchers which we will be using in order to record our transactions. So any doubts in these three components, groups, ledgers, and vouchers? Do you want me to repeat any one of the things once again? Okay, fine. So now, okay. So in the previous class, the journal entries that we have passed. So we will be continuing with the same journal entries. So now make a table with two columns. Make a table with two columns. Okay, let me just do it here with you guys. Okay, so you can make a note of this. So the first column will be ledgers. Okay, so we need to make a note of what ledgers are we going to create. Okay, so now, so in the last class we were discussing about a few journal entries, right? So I want any one of you to tell me the first journal entry. Not the question, only the journal entry.
Cash account debtor to capital account.
Okay, so we have cash account data to capital account. So we have two ledgers here. One is cash account and capital account. But as I was explaining you in the previous slide, Tally has already created two ledgers. One is cash account and profit and loss account. So we will not create cash account. So we will be creating capital account. Okay. So next, what was the second journal entry?
HDFC bank account debit to cash account.
Okay, so again, we are here, we have two ledgers, HDFC bank account and cash account. So cash account is already created. So we will be creating HDFC bank account. Okay, third one.
Purchase account debit to Ravi Traders account.
Okay, so here again, we have two ledgers and we need to create both of them. That is purchase account debit and the other one was Ravi Traders. Okay, next.
Aryan Traders to sales account.
Okay, so we need to create RN traders as well as sales account. Okay, so what was the next journal entry?
Ravi Traders account to purchase return account.
So Ravi traders, look, we have already mentioned Ravi traders here, so we will not be creating it once again. Okay, so it is purchase return account. Fine. What was the next journal entry?
Sales return account to Aryan Traders.
Okay, so again, Aryan traders is being repeated here. So we'll not create Aryan traders. We will create sales return account. Okay, and the next transaction. What was the next journal entry? Guys, am I audible? Guys, kindly please respond. Am I audible? Yes or no?
So we're actually not sure with the seventh entry.
Okay, what was the seventh entry? What was the question of
Um,
the seventh entry?
it says 3rd April 2024, company paid the pending amount to Ravi Traders. And
Yeah. So, yeah, tell me.
you told us it's a personal account and it's a credit transaction. So how do we treat it, sir?
No, no, no. This is not a credit transaction. See, company paid. So when I say paid, so either the company is going to pay it in the form of cash or it's going to pay it in the form of check or any other, it's going to use any other instrument. But end of the day the company is paying, right? So cash is ultimately involved, so this is a cash transaction.
Got it.
Okay, so if it is a cash transaction, then by default you will have cash account. Okay, either it will be in debit or in credit depending on the transaction. So by default you will have cash account, and the other one, the other ledger will be your party ledger.
So, sir, will this be Ravi Traders account to cash account?
Yes, so it is Ravi Traders account to cash account. Okay, so now we have already mentioned Ravi Traders, and also cash account also is being created in Tally. So we'll not mention it once again. So what is the next transaction? What was the next journal entry?
Bank account debit to Aryan Traders.
Okay, so it is bank account debit to Aryan Traders. So again, we have created the bank. See, be specific. Okay, which bank are we dealing with? So it's HDFC, right? So it will be HDFC bank account debit to Aryan Traders. So Aryan Traders is also created, and even HDFC is also created here. Okay, I mean, we have not created, we have mentioned it. So we will be creating it later. And what was the last journal entry?
Drawings account debit to cash account.
Okay, so now I need to create one more ledger in the name of drawings account. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to create these 9 ledgers. Okay, so now we will see how to create these ledgers in Tally. Okay, so now this is my home page, gateway of Tally. So from gateway of Tally, you can see that here I have an option create. Okay, so in order to create a ledger, or in order to create anything, like whatever the options that are there, if you want to create something, we will be using this create option here. So I'll click on this create. So if I click on this create, I have 3 categories. One is accounting masters, we have inventory masters, and we have statutory details. So now we will be creating ledgers which is under accounting masters. Is it fine? Are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now I will come to ledger and I'll press enter, and this is the ledger creation screen. This is where I'm going to create the ledger. Okay. So now let us start to create it. Okay. So now the first one was capital account. So I will type here. This is the name of the ledger. So it is capital account. And now, as I was discussing, that in Tally we have 28 predefined groups. Can you see here on the right hand side that I have a plenty of groups here? So there are totally 28 groups. So what I have to do is, while I'm creating the ledger, I need to add this ledger into its similar group. Okay, so this ledger must be added to one of these 28 groups. So can any one of you tell me which group should I use in order to add my ledger capital account? Have a look from top to bottom, have a look of all the ledgers and tell me. So Tanzimul Hiba says capital. Okay, anyone has any different answers? No? So yeah, so it is capital account. So can you see here? I've selected capital account, and now I will press enter. Okay, then you have all the basic details like mailing and all mailing details like your name, address, and all those things. So for capital ledger, we will not be providing any address or such. So in order to accept the screen, So what we were doing, we used to press enter, enter until we come to the last option. So instead of doing that, you have a shortcut key which you can use to accept the screen. Make a note of it. It is Control A. Okay, the shortcut key is Control A. Okay, so the shortcut key will be Control A. And if you guys can see here, the screen will provide you with all the required details along with its shortcut keys. So if in the sorry, in the bottom, if you can have a look here, it says quit and accept. Can you see it? Okay, so next to this accept, you have the shortcut key here which says A, and below this A you have double underline. So if any alphabet has two underlines, that means you will be using the control button. Okay, so you will be using the control button. But if it has only a single underline, then you will be using the alt button. Okay, make a note of it. If any alphabet has two underlines, it is control, so we will be using the control button. But if it is a single underline, we will be using the alt button. Am I making sense? Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, so now here it says accept, right? So accept says A, and below A I have two underlines. So that means if I want to accept the screen, I will press Control A. Okay, so this has accepted the screen. So I have created my first ledger, which is capital account. So any doubts in creating the ledger? Do you want me to repeat it once again? Okay, no doubts. Good. So now what was the second ledger here? It was HDFC bank account. Okay, so it is HDFC bank account. So now tell me, under which group does this HDFC bank ledger belong? You can have a look.
Bank accounts.
So it is bank accounts. Okay, now as soon as I select bank accounts, it is going to ask me for all the banking related details, like my bank account details, wherein I have my account number, IFSC code, SWIFT code, bank name, and branch name. As of now, I will be skipping all these options because we have a separate chapter in the name of banking where we will be discussing all these options. But as of now, I will leave it blank. So I want to accept the screen. What is the shortcut key? It is Control A. So from here itself, I'll press Control A to accept the screen. Okay. So this is how you are going to create your ledgers. So any doubts in creating ledgers? Sir, unable to get those accounts options. Which accounts options are you speaking of? What's your name? Tanzimul Hiba? Okay, so are you in your ledger creation screen right now? Okay, so you are not getting this option under here. Can you see that? It's mentioned under, right? You are not getting that. You got it, but it's not displaying the accounts. Wait. Let me check. So you are saying that you are not getting any of these 28 accounts that I'm displaying here in the right hand side. Let me check. Okay, so uh, does anyone have the same? Does anyone face the same issue as what's your name? Tanzim. As Tanzim Mulhiba. Does anyone face the same issue? No. Fine. So, Tanzimul Hiba, you do one thing. You just keep making a note of whatever we're doing. Might be that you have, well, you were having some issues with your company features screen, right? So maybe you might have altered some of the options there. We will come back to that after during the end of the session. Okay, at the end of the session, I'll be clearing your doubts. Okay, so just keep making a note of whatever we are doing here. Okay, for others who are following, did you create the two ledgers, HDFC bank account and capital account? Did you guys create it? So did you guys find it any difficulty in creating it? Did you guys miss any of the options? No, fine. So this is how you are going to create your ledgers. So still we have plenty of ledgers to create. We have still purchase account, Ravi, Aryan, sales, and so on. So I can still come here. I can type each of the ledgers individually, and I can create them individually. But in Tally, I have an option wherein I can create multiple ledgers at the same time. So now I will be showing you how to create multiple ledgers at the same time. Okay. So for that, you have to come to your gateway of Tally. So if you want to, from your ledgers creation screen, if you want to go to the gateway of Tally, you have to press escape button. So press escape button. So it is going to pop up with a message which says quit. So if you want to quit, again you have to press escape button and again press escape button, and here you will be in the gateway of Tally. So when I say come to gateway of Tally, remember that you have to come to the first screen. This is the gateway of Tally. Okay, and now let us go to this option here, chart of accounts. So we have an option here, chart of accounts, which we'll be using in order to create multiple ledgers. So I'll go to chart of accounts. So again, I have here accounting masters and inventory masters. So under accounting masters, what am I creating here? I am creating ledgers. So I will select this ledgers, and here you can see that I mentioned, right, that we have 28 groups. So you can see that all the 28 groups are listed here. You can just have a look, and on the right hand side you have an option called as multi masters. Can you see multi masters on your right hand side of the screen? Yeah, so if you can see it, can anyone tell me what's the shortcut key for that?
Alt H, sir.
Yes, very good. It is Alt H. So either you can use your mouse to click on this, or you can use the shortcut key Alt H. Okay. So then I will be using this option multi create. So now under multi, this is how the multi ledger creation screen looks like. So did you get the screen, guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you tell again how did you get that gateway of uh,
Okay.
to this page?
Fine. Fine. So this is gateway of Tally. Okay, this screen is called as gateway of Tally. So are you in this screen right now?
No, sir. Before that.
Before this. So before this is your company creation. So the moment
Yes.
I finish creating my company, this is the first screen that is going to appear. Okay, so are you speaking of the ledger creation screen which we were discussing previously, where we created capital account and
Yes, sir.
okay, that one. So for that, you have to go to create option here. You have this create option, right? The first option, we have to go to create, and here I have accounting masters, inventory masters, and statutory details. So under accounting masters, I will go to ledger. Okay,
Sir, how did
so
you
it
get
is.
that option? That create gateway of Tally, how did you get that?
I did not get this option. These are all the options that are present in the software. So the moment I finish creating the company, this is the first screen which is going to appear. Okay, and after that, all these options are there by default. This is not something which I can create. But you are not having those options in your laptop.
No, sir. After that, I'm not getting this option. The
Which option are you
gateway of
not getting exactly? Which
uh,
option
the
are you not
gateway
getting?
of Tally. That the screen I'm not getting, sir.
Then in which screen are you right now?
Ledger creation.
Okay. Okay, so you're in this screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from this screen, if you want to come to gateway of Tally, press escape button on your keyboard. You have escape button, right? On the top
Yes,
left.
sir. Yes,
Press
sir.
escape button. Now did you get an option quit
Yes, sir.
below your ledger? Now again press escape.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
And now are you in gateway of Tally?
No, I got the screen which you got. List of
It's this one.
list of names. Yes, sir.
You have to press escape once again.
Okay. Okay, got
Okay,
it,
now
sir.
are you
Thank
in
you.
gateway of Tally?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So from here, from gateway of Tally, in order to create multiple ledgers at the same time, I will go to chart of accounts. So I'll go to chart of accounts. So now, again, under chart of accounts, what am I creating? I'm creating ledgers. So I will choose ledgers. So this is the chart of accounts list of ledgers screen. So here in the right hand side below, can you see multi masters? Can you see my cursor moving here? Multi masters. So either you can click on it using your mouse or your scroll pad, or you can use the shortcut key Alt H. It mentions here, right? H with a single underline. So if it is with a single underline, we will use Alt shortcut key. So it is Alt H. So then I will get list of multi masters. So here I will say multi create. Okay, so this is the multi ledger creation screen. So did the ones who are following, did you guys arrive to this screen? Yes, fine. So the first option here is under group. So now when we are creating ledgers, it is very important to mention the group. So if you guys remember when we are doing capital account, so we mentioned it under capital account, HDFC under bank account. So this is how we were merging the ledgers into their groups. But here if I choose any of the groups here, okay, any of the 28 groups here, suppose if I choose bank account, so all the ledgers that I'll be creating will be linked or will be merged into bank account. So when I create purchase account, Ravi traders account, all of that will go to bank account. So I don't want that to happen. So what I will do is under group, in the under group field, I will choose this all items. Okay, I'll choose this all items. So in that case, whatever ledger that I will be creating, I will have the option to choose the group as per my requirement. Okay, so make sure that this under group field should be as all items. Okay, now let us start to create the ledgers. So here name of the ledger. So the first one. So let us come back. Let us see. So we created capital account. We created HDFC bank account. Now we have to create a purchase account. So we'll create purchase, Ravi traders and Aryan traders. Fine. So we'll create purchase account. So after typing purchase account, I'll press enter. So then again, I'll get the list of groups wherein I can choose. So tell me, which group does purchase account belong to? Just have a look at the 28 ledgers here.
Purchase accounts.
So you can see in the bottom we have purchase account here. So I will be choosing this purchase account. Okay. Then here there is one more column which is asking for the opening balance. So do you guys know what is opening balance? Can any one of you tell me what is opening balance? You can even drop a message if you don't feel like saying it. Balance that we have during the start of the year. Okay. Guys, give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Yeah. So I asked you guys what is opening balance. So I have a few responses here. So balance as on 1st April, balance that we have during the start of the year, closing balance of previous year. Okay. So yeah, you guys are pretty much right. So in general, opening balance means whatever balance we have in the previous month or previous financial year, which we are carrying forward to the next month. So the closing balance of any of the ledgers or any of the accounts which we are carrying forward to the next month or the next financial year will be our opening balance. Okay, pretty simple. Fine. So if you have any opening balance for your purchase account, then we will be mentioning that amount here. As of now, we don't have any opening balance, so I will leave it blank. Okay. Now I have come to the second ledger. So I need to create the second ledger. So it was Ravi Traders. So Ravi Traders account. Okay. Now have a look. Think for from the company's point of view, what is Ravi to us, and tell me under which group does Ravi belong to.
Sundry creditors, sir.
Yes, so very good. So it is sundry creditors. So what do you mean by this term creditors and debtors? So creditors is the person to whom the company is liable to pay. So in this case, the company is liable to pay to Ravi Traders, so he will be our creditor. Okay, and debtor is the person who is liable to pay to the company. Okay, so if we are supposed to receive certain amount from any of the party or customers, so they become debtors to the company. Okay, so Ravi Traders will be sundry creditors. Good. Next, we have Aryan Traders. So Aryan Traders will be under which group? Is going to be under sundry debtors. Okay, because uh, he is supposed to pay to the company. Is supposed to pay a certain amount to the company, so is liable to pay to the company, so is debtor. Okay, what was the next ledger? It was sales account and purchase account, sales return and purchase return. Okay, it was sales and purchase. So we need to create sales account. So sales account will come under, is going to come under sales account here. Okay, are you guys following? Any doubts? Fine. If you guys have any doubts, if you are not getting any of the options, please let me know. Okay, then after that it was purchase return account. Okay, so purchase return will also come under purchase accounts. Then we have sales return. So similarly, sales return will also come under sales account. Okay, after that we have drawings account. Okay, so now we create drawings account. So tell me, under which group does drawings account come? So Dikshita says it's capital account. Okay. Any other answers? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, tell me. Okay, fine. So it is not capital account. Any other guesses? See, think what is drawings? What is drawings to a company? From the company's point of view, what exactly this drawings is doing for us? Is it an expense or is it an income or what is it? Personal account? No, personal account. No, 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 that's wrong.
Expense, sir.
Yeah, this is an expense. So drawings is an expense. So there are two types of expenses: direct expense and indirect expense. Now this drawings belongs to which category?
So P&L account.
No, not P&L account. See, you have to mention the groups that are here. So here we don't have any P&L account group, right? So uh, I have a response here from Sarah. So Sarah says it is indirect. Okay. So yes. So drawings is an indirect expense to the company. So we are withdrawing some cash from the company for our personal use, right? So from the company's point of view, it is a expense. So what kind of a expense is it? Is it? It is an indirect expense. Now my question is, what is the difference between direct expense and indirect expense? Can any one of you tell me what is direct? And by the way, this is all of you are BCom students only, right? BCom or BBA.
Yes, sir.
This
BCom.
is B. Okay, with SEM,
6 sem.
sixth SEM. Okay, fine. Yeah. So what is the difference between drawings and sorry, indirect expenses and direct expenses?
So direct expenses are those expenses which are related directly to the manufacturing.
Yes, very good. Exactly. And indirect expenses are expenses which are not directly related to the manufacturing or the core operation of the business. Okay, instead of saying manufacturing, we can say it's the core operations or core activities of the business. Okay, suppose if it is a service oriented business wherein we don't have any manufacturing activity. For example, let us take a saloon. So in a saloon, it is what? It is a service providing a business wherein they provide various services. So in a saloon, whatever happens, like haircut, spa, and all those things. So expenses which are incurred on those activities are direct expenses. Okay, and expenses which are incurred other than your core activities, those are your indirect expenses. Okay, so in order to find our direct expenses, which account will be create, we have three types of account, three types of, sorry, financial statements, right? Trading account, P&L account, and balance sheet. So which one we will use to, calculate all our direct expenses and direct incomes?
Trading.
Sorry, come again. Your voice is lagging. So you can use the chat box. Trading account. Yeah, so we will find trading account. Yeah, so in trading account we will be calculating drawings, sorry, direct expenses and our direct income. Okay, so after preparing the trading account, we will have a balance, right? So what is that balance? Is it gross balance or net balance?
Gross.
Gross. So what we will do with this gross balance? We will carry forward it to the P&L account. So in our P&L account, which is profit and loss account, we will be finding all our indirect expenses and indirect incomes. So after that, we will derive which balance? We will derive net balance.
Net.
That is either your net profit or net loss. Okay, and now I'm going to give you one more scenario. Suppose if you have derived net profit. Okay, so if you have net profit, is it going to come under your liabilities column or assets column in your balance sheet?
Liabilities, sir.
Liabilities. So how many of you say liabilities? You can react with a thumbs up. How many of you say liabilities? And those of you who think it is assets can react with a thumbs down. Okay, so nobody has reacted with a thumbs down, so everyone thinks it is liabilities only. Okay, then what do you mean by this liability? What is this liability actually? You guys know what is liabilities and assets, right? The difference between a liability and an asset. Guys, please react. Am I audible? Yeah, I am audible. So tell me, what does this liability mean? Like, okay, so liability means that, yeah, company owes to others. That is what we mean by liability. That is what Pujita says, and you are right. But if you have gained profits, net profits, that means if you have certain profits, then why are you adding it in your liabilities side? Like profit is yours, right? Then why should it be in liabilities column? So now, how many of you think it is maybe under assets? Okay. How many of you think is it is under assets? React with a thumbs up. So I have only one student who thinks it is under assets. So all of you still believe it is under liabilities only. Okay, fine. So yes, net profit is under liabilities column only. The reason for it, because the profit is to be paid to the owner along with the capital. Very good, Pooja. So yeah, so that is what I was trying to tell. So see, in our accounting principles, we have a certain principles. In that, the most important principle is business entity concept. I'm sure that you guys have heard of this concept. So this business entity concept says that the company and the owner are two different individuals. The company is separate, the owner is separate. Okay, and if the company is generating profit, the company will be liable to pay to the owner. So that is why it is going to come in my liabilities column. And suppose it is a, if it is a partnership firm wherein you have multiple partners, so even the partners also should get their percentage of profit, right? So the company is again liable to pay to the partners. So that is why it is coming under liabilities column. Yeah, liabilities column. If it is net loss, it is going to come in the assets column, because the partners will not be ready to bear the profit. Sorry, they will not be ready to bear the loss. Okay, so the partners is not going to bear the loss. So that is why whatever the loss the company is generating, the company is what do you say, responsible to bear it. So that is why it is coming under the assets column, the net loss. So now are you guys clear with this net profit and net loss, on which side it comes? Any doubts regarding this? No doubts? Shall we continue? Fine. So now this drawings account, this is going to come under the indirect expenses. So here we have indirect expenses. So I'll select this indirect expenses. There is no opening balance. Okay, and that's it. So these are all the required ledgers. So again I'll press enter. So it is going to give me a accept button here, and I will say accept. I'll say enter. Okay, so this is how you can create multiple ledgers at the same time using chart of accounts. Okay, so any doubts so far? No doubts. Good. So now, first we had created ledgers individually, then we had created them in a group. So after creating them, if you want to see or if you want to make any changes in your ledgers, suppose now Ravi Traders belong to Sundry Creditors. By mistake, you might have given it as Sundry Debtors and you would have accepted it. So in order to make any changes in your ledgers, you have to come to this option here, alter. Okay, so now I'll click on this alter, and I will again go to ledgers here, and this is going to display all the ledgers that I created just now. So these are all the ledgers that I've created. I will choose the ledgers which I want to change. Suppose if you had made any like if you would have not properly mentioned the group, or if there was any spelling mistake, you want to make any sort of changes, you have to, from gateway of tally, click on alter, come to ledger, select the ledger which you want to change, and again you will come to ledger alteration screen. Okay, you can see here, this is the ledger alteration screen. Herein you can make whatever changes you want. Fine, any doubts? Friends, any doubts?
Yes.
No doubts. Okay, fine. So now with this, we will be winding up for today. Don't leave the meeting, guys. Wait. Okay, so today, whatever we did, like creating our first company, giving a name to the company, and creating all the required ledgers. So finish all these tasks, and in the next class, we will be discussing on how to pass the transactions using vouchers. Okay, how to use a voucher in order to record all the journal entries that we just discussed. Okay, and now all the Apple users, okay, all of you who are using Mac, just stay back in the meeting, and all of you who have any doubts, okay, any doubts in any of the features, also stay back. Those of you who don't have any doubts, or if you guys are Windows users, you can leave the meeting. I have taken the attendance, so we will discuss the next topics in the upcoming classes. So thank you everyone. So all the Mac users can stay here, and all the students who have doubts also can stay here. The rest of them can leave the meeting. Thank you. So all the participants who are here, all of you are Mac users, right? So I want only the Mac users to be here, because I'll be telling you how to install it on your Mac device. So all of you, all the 11 participants, all of you are Mac users. Or is there someone who has any doubts? So who has any doubts here? Okay, Maria has a doubt. Sir, I have a doubt. Can you explain me only the ledger part again, sir? Okay, fine. So Maria, just pay attention now. I will show you that. Fine. Okay, so in order to create ledger from gateway of tally, so this is the gateway of tally screen. Okay, so from gateway of tally, I will go to create. I'll go to create, and under accounting masters, I have an option here, ledger. So I'll go to ledger, and here I will type in the name of the ledger. So all the journal entries that we discussed in the last class, so all of them are what? There are ledgers, like your purchase account, sales account, purchase return account, and so on. So we have to type in the ledger name here. So as of now that I've already created those ledgers, I cannot create it once again. Let me create a new ledgers in the name of Anand Traders. So Anand Traders, suppose is our creditor. So if I want to create this ledger, I will type in the name of the ledger here, and under group, I will select which group does this particular ledger belong to. So this belongs under sundry creditors. So I will choose sundry creditors. So this is how I have to create the ledger, and after that I will be pressing Control A. Control A is the shortcut key to accept the screen. So here you have the option, right? Accept. So now if I press Control A, this particular ledger will be created. So similarly, all the ledgers that we discussed in the last class, that means our journal entries. So you have to create all the required ledgers. Okay, if you want, you can make a note of that here. I have listed it down. So we have capital account, HDFC, purchase, Ravi traders, Aryan traders, and so on. So these are the ledgers that has to be created, and each of these ledgers has to be merged into their respective groups. Any doubts, Maria? Okay, fine. So,
Yes, sir.
uh,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Now coming back to our Mac users. So for those of you who are using Mac, okay, so first thing that you guys have to do is open your web browser. So for you, it will be Safari. So open it. Okay, here I'm using a Windows operating system. So the interface will not look exactly the same, but open your Safari, and after opening your Safari, search for Google, www.google.com. If you guys are following along with me, just let me know. Okay, so instead of reacting, can you just tell me, because I will not be able to see your reacts now because I'm in a different screen here.
Yes, sir. We've opened Google.
Okay, so you open Google, and now in the search bar, okay, under your search bar, type crossover, crossover for Mac. Okay, search for this crossover for Mac and press enter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now you have the first result. So in your first result itself, you have an option download crossover. So below that, can you see that you have an option download crossover trial?
Yes, sir.
Click on that. So now here my user interface might be a little different from yours, but if it is similar, just copy it. Okay. So now here it says crossover for Mac, crossover for Linux, crossover for Chrome operating system. So if you are a Mac, what do you say, user, can you see that you have an option download crossover Mac?
Yes, sir.
Click on it. So this will start to download
Sir, we got a
crossover.
notification.
What does the
Uh,
notification say?
it says, "Do you want to allow downloads on
Yes,
www.codeviewers?" Okay.
yes, yes. Do you have an option yes over there?
Yes, I've clicked that. It's
Yes,
downloading.
it's downloading, right? So this is a pretty big file. It is around 412 MB. So it is going to take some time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, let me finish. Let us wait for 5 minutes. It's showing 5 minutes here in my system. So let us wait for 5 minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is it even downloading for you as well there?
It's going on, sir, but it's not giving me the time and like,
Okay, okay, yeah, the interface is different. Okay, fine.
yes.
So when you download it, it will be downloaded in a zip format. Okay, it will be downloaded in a zip format. Are you aware of this zip format?
Uh, yeah.
Okay, so what you have to do is, after this folder is installed, you have to extract it.
From the zip
Okay, wait,
format.
wait, I will show you. Let it finish down. Let it complete it. So we have Anmol, Momina, and Ratnamai. So all three of you are Mac users, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Fine. So did all of you follow whatever I just did? No. Do you guys want me to repeat any one of the steps here? Are you? Did you guys? Everyone, did you click on the download option? Is it downloading for you, Momina and
Yes.
Ratnamai?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So it's done for me.
Is it done?
Yes, so for me it's done.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Let me just check mine.
Yes.
Okay, for me it's still showing 5 minutes. So you do one thing. Go to the downloads section in your Explorer.
One second. Um,
Did you find it?
no, it's something came up saying verifying crossover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let it just whatever permissions or whatever verification it asks, allow everything. Okay, just say yes for everything.
Okay, sir. And it says crossover. It's an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? So I'll click yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it says, do it is giving me an option. Move to applications folder.
Okay.
It says I can move myself to the applications folder if you'd like. So there are three options: move to applications folder, do not move, do not ask again.
Move to application folder.
Okay.
So what does it say now?
It's loading, so 1 minute.
Okay, okay. So most probably you will not be getting that zip file because you are using a Mac operating system, and in that itself you are downloading a Mac crossover. So most probably I'm not sure you will not be getting this crossover. But because I'm a Windows user, I'm getting it in the zip format. So if you are getting it in a zip format, when I say zip format, at the end you will have .zip. It will mention .zip. So if you have something like that, let me know.
Uh, so sir, it's popping up on my the where the tabs are showing down. But then I got the same thing again. It says crossover is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Do I press open again, or because something's already down there?
So you click on something that is already down there in your taskbar and tell me what it's showing.
Uh, it's saying open again or something. Uh,
Okay, click on open again.
yeah, so it says check for updates automatically. Should crossover
Uh,
automatically check for updates, you can always check the updates manually from the crossover menu. So should I
so
say,
check the crossover updates manually. Use that option. Click on that option.
so I'll say don't check.
Yeah, don't check.
And it says this is a time limited trial version of crossover. It will stop working in 14 days.
No problem. So now, did the crossover interface open? Do you find a white screen where you have a search bar, something like that?
Once again, I'm saying try now.
Okay.
Uh, it's something, and it says install a Windows application.
Yes, yes, yes. So below that, do you have a search bar? You must be having a search bar there,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So there you search for Tally Prime.
Okay.
Are the others following as well? Okay, only it's you who's there.
Sir, it says Tally Prime and then installation notes and everything else.
So now this is like your basic installing, like how you install an application from your app store, right? So similarly, so you have an option there to install.
Yes, sir.
Click on it.
1 second. Uh, it says the creating the Tally Prime bottle task failed. Skip
Huh?
this. It says continuing with the install may produce unpredictable results.
No,
So
click
it says,
on continue.
there is no continue. It says cancel installation. Skip this step. Try again.
Is it? Okay, click on skip
Yes.
this step.
Okay, it says in process.
Okay, fine.
It would like to access files in. It says crossover would like to access files in your documents folder.
Allow
Should I
it.
allow?
Allow it. Okay, now what is happening, Anmol?
It says another thing came application release application path, and then it says install.
Click on install.
Okay, 1 second, sir. It says installing.
Okay. Is it,
Uh,
does it mention Tally Prime or only Tally?
it says Tally Prime Setup Manager, but sir, I got a thing saying there is no Windows program configured to open this type of file.
Sorry, repeat.
I got I got a small screen that says error, and it says there is
No.
no Windows page, no
Okay.
Windows program configured
Okay.
to open this type of file. I have an option of canceling that thing and saying okay.
Click on OK.
Uh, okay, and uh, okay, so just say start Tally Prime now.
Click on Start Tally Prime.
1 second. Uh, it's loading, sir. 1 minute.
No, no, like the application is installed now, right? Is the Tally Prime application loading?
It just says application startup, and it says yeah, like so I can either configure it or I can accept it.
You accept it.
Okay. And then it says try it for free educational, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So from here it is the options that we discussed in the class,
Okay,
right? Were
got
you
it.
following that?
Yes, sir. I'll if I haven't here and there I've missed out stuff. So I just wanted to
Okay.
ask you, is this session recorded in case if you
Yes,
want
the
to go
session
back?
is recorded.
Okay, sir. And so I'll check with that. If I have any doubts, I'll check with my friends or I'll get back to you next class.
Okay, and if any of your friends are also using Mac, just let them know this. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
So,
wait.
sir,
Let us. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
do I just shut the application or do I do anything else now?
No, wait. Before shutting it down, click on this Try it for educational mode. Click on it.
I clicked on that.
Okay, go to create company option. Do you have a create company option on the top?
Yes, sir.
Go there.
Yes.
Okay, did it open the company creation screen?
Yes, it's asking me to fill the company name and everything.
Yes, yes, yes. So from here on, this is all what we discussed today. So from here
All
on,
right.
you can do the required things. Now you do one thing. Close everything. Close your crossover. Close your Tally Prime. Close all the applications that are running. Close your
It,
Safari. Everything is closed.
it just says quit, so I'll say yes.
Yes, quit.
Okay. Uh, 1 second,
Now
sir.
close your crossover as well.
Closed everything.
You closed everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now once again try to open Tally Prime. Go to the search there and search for the Tally Prime application.
1 second, sir. So again, when I click on that, it
So
says
is
there is
it
a 1 second, sir. So I got one thing that says this is a time limited trial version of 14 days. It will stop working in 14 days. And so if I
No, no,
click on,
no. Don't click on this crossover one. I'm saying you click on the Tally Prime application.
so the thing about this is the crossover is right there on my. tool and the taskbar, but the Tally app is
Okay.
not. So I went to my Spotlight search on top and I searched for Tallyprime.
Okay.
Yes, and that's when it asked me for this. So
Just ignore that.
it's not letting me ignore it.
What is it exactly saying?
It says this is a time limited trial version of crossover. It will stop working in 14 days.
Okay, and after that, you have any option to say yes, no, okay, cancel, something like that?
It says buy, unlock with purchase info, and try now.
Click on try now.
Uh, 1 second. Yeah, so I clicked on that and then it opened. After that, it opened the Tally thing, and then but again it says continue in educational mode and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like
That is constant. That will happen every time you open the software. Okay.
okay, but so like for example, if I already like say whatever was taught today, if I make all of those changes, will it still
Uh,
ask me to make the same changes, or once it's done, it'll just ask for the educational mode and stuff?
no, it will only. That is. Maybe it's going to ask you constantly. It will be keep. It will be asking you. Actually, what happens is when you download an application from Crossover, so that application will be installed separately in your Mac system. But here, I don't know why in your case this is not happening.
Uh, yeah, because it's
It's
not
fine.
showing
It's
on my
fine.
desktop.
It's fine. In the next class, when we start, you practice everything, whatever we did today. You fill in all the details, you create all the ledgers, and you keep it ready. In the next class, when we open it once again, you tell me if it's still there or if all the data just vanished or something like that. You let me know, okay?
Okay, so I'll get back to you.
Yeah. So, any other doubts, Anmol?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, shall I end the meeting now?
Yes. So one small question: do you think it's better if I try to arrange a non-Mac laptop, or do you think if I use a Apple laptop also it's fine? Like, will there be any
Yes,
benefit?
yes, yes. I would recommend you to use a non Mac laptop because a Tally itself is actually designed for a Windows this thing. So in order to use it, see again we had to download this crossover and all those things. See, there is
Yes.
one more method in which you can use your Tally in your Mac laptop. So that is called as dual booting. So what you can do is you can install Windows operating system. Okay, you can
Okay.
install a Windows operating system. You can download something called as. Let me just show you here.
Yes, sir.
Where is it? 1 minute. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can download this software called as VirtualBox. So here I
Okay.
have VirtualBox for Mac.
Okay.
Okay, so after this, again, this is another a lengthy process which I have to explain you. You do one thing, Anmol.
I'll try with this itself. If there's
Yeah,
problem, then we can check out the other one.
okay, we will. Yeah, you try with this. If you have issues with this, in the next class, I will tell you how to use this virtual box. See, this virtual box is nothing but you are creating a virtual place where you are using Windows operating system instead of Mac.
Oh,
I mean, your laptop will be using Mac. On top of that, you are just having a platform which is using Windows operating system.
okay. And so
So
one
if it's a
last doubt. Uh,
yes,
so if I'm trying to arrange for a non-Apple laptop, can you just tell
uh,
me what, like, do I need a particular configuration and storage amount for
yes.
this, or
Yes, yes. Okay, so
yeah,
for that, let me just quickly tell you the configuration here itself. Okay, you
yeah,
can go to tallysolutions.com and you can click on this download option here. Are you following? Yeah.
yes, sir.
And here you can see that there is a note which is going to give the system configurations. So what I'll do is I'll click on this here button. So
Okay.
now this is giving me all the minimum requirements. See, these are the minimum requirements. That means my processor should either be a Core 2 processor or Core i3 and more. Okay, this is the minimum requirement.
Okay.
And your
And
RAM should be at least of 4 GB. Yeah.
okay. So one more, just in general, if I plan on buying a non-Apple laptop, can you just suggest what I could use? Like, maybe what you're using, or maybe a good model, so that I'll be able to
What is
download.
your what is your budget?
I haven't decided on a budget yet. I'm still inquiring because
Okay.
since I have to use so many other, I might have to use so many other things for like further studies and other things if I do my
Okay.
MBA. And
Okay.
so,
Okay. Fine. So in that case, I would recommend you this laptop, Lenovo. So I personally use a Lenovo laptop. So for me, all the Lenovo laptops are very good for the basic thing, not basic things, from basic to advanced tasks, whatever you perform. I personally like the Lenovo laptops. So you go to search for Lenovo and go to their official website, and
hmm,
here you have all these what is there, laptops. And whenever you are purchasing a Lenovo laptop, make sure that you purchase a laptop which has Intel processor. Okay,
okay.
so there are two
What is
major
Intel?
processing companies. Sorry,
What was it? Intel?
Intel processor, Intel
Yeah, okay.
i5. Okay, Intel i5, Intel i5
Yes, sir.
or more. So what is this Intel i5 means? See, Intel is a company who produces these processors. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
i5 is the version, or you can say like yeah, it's like a version, or it's like the upgraded thing. So here
Okay.
you can choose for that i5 laptop, and you can purchase any laptop which has a Intel i5 processor or more than that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
minimum it should be of i5.
Okay, sir.
And make sure you purchase the 10th or the 11th generation.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
so I personally recommend you to buy a laptop from Lenovo, because that is what I'm using. So, but then it is left to you. Whichever you want, you can purchase.
All right. So thank you so much, sir, for
Yeah, yeah.
taking extra effort to explain this to me.
No, no, no. It's not an issue. You can ask any doubts anytime. Okay. So if there are some doubts other than the subject, we will continue those doubts after the session.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Okay. So shall I end the meeting now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.